07. Backum. The people are called Backums and the galaxy back. Make cheap things. When I got off the space bus, in the morning, the first thing someone come up to me and said, "How would you like to buy a cheap watch, or maybe you would like to have a cheap raido?" I said, "Nothing for me right now." The more I walked around, the more people come up to me and tried to sell me something. Boy, it seems like there is so much made here and it is so cheap that everyone is trying to sell it. Some of the things I have seen and the prices are not bad either. I walked down one street and there are stores everywhere and people everywhere. Finally I stopped someone and asked, "Where is the plant that makes all this stuff?" The woman said, "Corner of 5th and 6th. I said, "Thank you," and I was not very far away, so I walked that way. I must have seen everyone in the city and they all tried to sell me something. I think I have seen everything they make here at least 20 times. Finally I got to the factory and went inside. I got up to the front desk and said, "Could I see the owner of the company please?" She said, "Why do you want to see her and who are you?" I said, "I am a reporter from the Wisha newspaper from Wisha." She said, "Just a minute." Then she made a call and I went to sit down. Just as I got sat down she said, "She will see you now. Go through the door and it is the door at the end of the hall. Just go straight down." I said, "Thank you." Then I opened the door and it was a long hallway. I got to the door at the end of hall and knocked. The voice said, "Come in." I opened the door and she was a knockout. She said, "So you are a reporter from the Wisha News?" I said, "Yes I am." She said, "What brings you here anyway?" I said, "I am reporting on and going to every town to see how they live and what they make. So far here I have seen almost every person on the town and they have tried to sell me something. Don't you have distributors sell what you make on other towns?" She said, "We used to, but all of them quit for one reason or another and we never replaced them." I said, "Why didn't you just replace them anyway?" She said, "You can't say I didn't try. Everyone would not take the job because what we make is so cheap that it does not last long and then you will have to buy another one. Then girlfriend started to ship everything we make but 4 times the money and everyone started to buy theirs. We could not make it to last because everyone here expects it not to last and if they find out different we will go out of business." I said, "I understand what you are going through but you have to make a living too." She said, "That is why we sell what we make to everyone that wants to buy something." I said, "I see now." She said, "What can I sell you cheap?" I said, "Well, show me what you make and we will see." She said, "Follow me and find out." We got up and she opened the door and went down the long hall and back to the front desk. She said to the girl behind the desk, "I am going to show him the showroom." She just shook her head as we went by. We went into this big room and it was full of stuff. She said, "Just look around and everything in the room is $50 each or a case of 24 is $10. I looked around and it is all trinkets. I call it pocket stuff. I see why everyone was trying to sell it for $1 and they still make money." As I was looking around in the room she came over and said, "Are you married?" I said, "I am sorry but I have 3 boys and 2 girls and you will have to ask my wife for her permission." She said, "Well, that is out then." I said, "What is out?" She said, "I was going to ask you to stay for a while to help me out so I can sell more of the stuff I make so I can hire all the people back. That way if we hit it off you would have a good job here. But you would have to live here." I said, "It sounds good but I don't think my wife would approve." She said, "I don't think so either." I found something that was interesting and I picked it up and said, "What is this?" She said, "We are the only ones that make a gadget like that. It is just a oil filter wrench set up. It has 6 sizes built in." I said, "What is a oil filter wrench?" She said, "It is used on the old cars here we used to have and we still make them." I said, "Okay." She said, "Are you interested in anything?" I said, "Well, yes and no." She said, "Yes and no." I said, "Do you have a catalog of what you sell and all the prices?" She said, "We used to, but we have not needed one for 10 years. I said, "I will give you my address and have some catalogs made and send me about a 100 and I will try to get you some sales." She said, "Right away." She left and in a little while she come back and said, "Where do you want them?" I said, "In your car so you can take me to the space bus station." She said, "You have to leave right away?" I said, "Well, not until tomorrow morning." She said, "You can stay at my place." I said, "Well, only if you have a guest room." She said, "In the guest room." I said, "In the guest room." She said, "All right, in the guest room." We went back to the front desk and she said as we walked by, "Have a catalogs in my car in 5 minutes." We went back to her office and she got her coat and said, "Do you have a car?" I said, "I take the space bus here." She said, "Let's go then." I said, "Don't you have things here to do first?" She said, "Not if you own the company, let them run it because that is what I pay them for." She walked off and I followed her. We got to the front desk and she said as we walked by, "See you tomorrow sometime." The girl behind the counter just waved. We got in the car and when we got to her house, I was very surprised. It was a small shack out in the middle of nowhere. I said, "It looks like you don't have a guest room after all." She said, "That was the only way I could get you here." I said, "But I am married." She said, "Those are the best kind of men." I said, "Why is that?" She said, "All I wanted from any man is just a good time and that is all. Every man on this town was to marry me and I keep saying no to all of them. All I want is a good time and that is all." I said, "All you want is a good time and then go home." She said, "You got it right." I said, "I would not rather do this, but I know once you got me out here and you know I don't know my way back to the space bus, you want me to stay the night." She said, "You got that right." I said, "I have to be at the space bus station at 10 in the morning." She said, "Then we have plenty of time for what I have in mind." I said, "I guess so." She led me into the bedroom and told me to get undressed. I said, "Where is the bathroom?" She said, "Over there," and pointed that way. I got in the bathroom and took all my cloths off except my underwear. I went back in the bedroom and she was already in bed. She said, "Take off your underwear and get in." I took them off and got in. Then she grabbed me and I felt something funny. Something was in the bed that I did not know what it was. I put my hand under the blankets and sure enough it was A. The next morning I woke up and she was still sleeping. I went into the bathroom and got dressed. Just as I got out of the bathroom she said, "What did you got dressed for?" I said, "It is 9:30 and it is time to go." She said, "When are you coming back to this town again?" I said, "I plan to visit every town every month for 1 year and every 2 months after that." She said, "I will be waiting." I said, "I can't wait either." She got up and got dressed and we left. Just as we pulled into the space bus station the space bus pulled in. I said, "What timing?" She said, "Don't forget where to go when you get here." I said, "I won't." I went over to one of the shippers and said, "Can you go and get the catalogs in that car and put them in my room on the bus?" The guy said, "Sure," and I waved by and got on the space bus. Written by Wisha for the Wisha newspaper.